Hi everyone, welcome to Dead Poet Society. This is Yashi, and today I am going to be judging few books based on their opening lines. They are going to be really like 4 or 5 books. It's not going to be a long video. I know that I had to interact with you guys for so long, and since past 1 month, I have not been able to read any single book. I won't lie. And it is not a reading slump. It's not that I don't want to. I feel like doing that, but it's just that I'm so busy in the work right now that I was not able to read or shoot any of the video for this booktube. So I just thought that I have to choose what next book I want to read, and why not do this video along with it. So I'll be having some 4 or 5 books, and we'll be doing judging them not on the basis of the covers but on the basis of their opening lines. So I have so when I was picking up the books, I thought to take some of the classics and some of the famous books that currently people are reading, and I'm not sure about them. So we will see how does it go. So first, I'm going to do it on Verity by Colleen Hoover. I have read It Ends With Us, and I was devastated with that book. I do not know how to feel about that book right now. Even after 6 months, I think probably it has been since I read that, and I do not know whether to be happy on its ending or not. And I decided at that point of time that I'm not going to read another Colleen Hoover for a period of time. I decided that. But now let's see what Verity holds. So I'm going to be opening the Google preview of it. And here is the Verity. And let's see what does that first line says. I hear the crack of his skull before the spattering of blood reaches me. My God. Oh, Hoover being Hoover, she's all set on to shattering our hearts, I think. I'm still not over it, and so thus I am not ready for another heartbreaking book. And it is super clear from it. She's like talking about blood in the very first sentence. I do not know if I should trust onto this book, thinking that's going to really soothe in my soul. It is not going to devastate it, I know for sure. So we know Colleen Hoover's area is just she knows how to pinch that nerve of particular book lover. And she's also into doing that. So that's what my judgment is. That's going to be a heart shattering book, which I think is correct. I do not know if any of you have read Verity or not. I mean, certainly most of the people have read, but I'm talking about you people who are watching this video. Let's see. The next one that I'm going to be judging is The Bell Jar. The Bell Jar, we know who's it, by Sylvia Plath. Sylvia, I know I have read, certain descriptions of whether it's kind of a semi-autobiographical, but let's see. Where is it? I'm trying to find the preview. Okay, so I'm not sure if this is the official cover for this is the Bell Jar, and then we are going to have the first line of the chapter 1. It was a queer, sultry summer. The summer they electrocuted the Rosenbergs, and I didn't know what I was doing in New York. Oh, electrocuted the Rosenbergs. Is that the last name of the people, or is she trying to say something else? I don't know, but it is really going to be. I think it's scary. I don't know. Every time I hear about Sylvia Plath, it's all just death and blood and uh, stuff like that. Why are writers filled of that stuff? I don't know. And this also feels like that. This is going to be a one hell write of a book. I am not sure if I want to pick it right now because I'm in the middle of a lot of work, and then to read this much trauma, I think this is going to be a traumatic book. And we know that trauma is related to Sylvia Plath's name somehow. So I'm moving on to the next book. I don't want to talk about it a lot. Uh, okay, so I think the next one I would choose within the books that are currently in the trend. One of them is A Man Called Ove. I have heard about it a lot on the Bookstagram, on the BookTube. A lot of people are reading it. Okay. There is a praise for Man Called Ove. The front page is not given in the Google preview. Oh, the chapter's name is A Man Called Ove buys a computer that is not a computer. And it's a very, very good title. I mean, somebody can get hooked to this book or to the chapter at least to see what it is talking about. It's a good title, gets passed. Now the first line is that always 59. We'll bypass that. He drives us up. He's the kind of man who points at people he does not like the look of, as if they were burglars, and his forefinger policeman's flashlight. So this Man Called Ove seems to be a bit weird, and the writer is trying to point out at that. I think it's kind of man points at people he doesn't like the look of. So maybe the writer itself is being judgmental and the nature of the character. So I think we are going to learn about why Ove does the way, does the things the way he does. Typically, if you would ask me, would I read this book? I would say yes, probably, but I have not. I mean, we're just on the first line. So, based on the first line and the title of it, I see why is it famous. I see why are people reading it. This may get passed. Okay. The next one I have is All the Light That We Cannot See by Anthony. And here is the preview. Cover is again good. Okay, the next one, we have the part 0 as first chapter. And for it, yeah, Leaflets is the title of it. I do not know what that means. At dusk, they pour from the sky. This is the first line. Very poetic. Yes, it is a poetic line because I read a lot of poems, and if I read the next one also, they blow across the ramparts, turn cartwheels over rooftops, flutter into the ravines between houses, entire streets soar with them, flashing white against the cobbles. Urgent message to the inhabitants of this town. They say, okay, I almost read the first paragraph, but this is so like indulging, and this is written in the poetic language. That's what my judgment is. I do not know what this book is about. I have not read its blur, but I do think that the poet is going to, sorry, the writer is going to do amazing work with this book. I'm definitely going to read it. So this is the one that we are getting in the TBRs straight away. And now the time for the last book. The last book is going to amaze you. I'm not sure how many of you have read Aristotle and Dante Discover the Secrets of the Universe. I loved that book. I was in tears, and it was amazing. So I heard that the second book in the series came out, and I completely forgot about it before making this video. So we're going to read the first line of that particular book, which is the second book, and the name of it is Aristotle and Dante Dive into the Waters of the World. And I'm going to open the preview of it. This is the book. And the first page says, yeah, the one page, number 1 says, and here he was, Dante, with his head resting on my chest. Oh, if you have read Aristotle and Dante Discover the Secrets of the Universe, you know what does this line mean. You know why this line is magic in itself. You know why this line forces you to read this book. And it's amazing. I know this book is also going to touch the hearts of the readers. I want to know whether any of you have read the first one or the second one or not. I am also going to add this one to the TBR. This is going to be as amazing as the first book. First line are doing their magics. When I used to read the books, I never thought that they would be causing a lot of effect in my brain, but they do. As to I noticed today. So they have been doing it, and it's Totally amazing. Let me know if you have any, if you read any of the book, and what do you think about that? Bye bye.